That's the wake everyone up. I'm excited to be here today for the introduction morning. For those of you who sit in the back, if this was the Orpheum, these are the $300 seats. I'm much better looking up close too, alright? Everyone come on down to the front. We're going to start off. I'd like everyone to repeat after me. Very good. Now say nya, 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 nya. Everyone. Je, 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 je. Say no. Yo. Everyone go like this with your fingers, please. Yes, even the cool people. I want you to turn to your colleagues, look me in the eye, and say with an attitude like this. Yo, yo. In the Hmong language, yo, yo, it means what's up? If you ever lived in a little town, you don't can be howdy. Now listen, you don't have to repeat that. Some rappers like to put their bling bling on their rims or the teeth. Hmong rappers like to put our bling bling right on our clothes. What a nut, what a nut, what a nut. That means I'll make it rain, I'll make it rain, I'll make it rain. By show of hands, how many of you know a little bit about the Hmong people and why we came to America? And it's okay if you didn't raise your hands. Because I'm Hmong and I didn't even know. Because I came here as a young boy, I went to school. A lot of kids are very curious in grade school. They come up, hey, are you Chinese? No. Are you Japanese? No. What are you? I'm Hmong. Chinese people are from China. Japanese people are from Japan. Hmong people are from Hmong. I couldn't find that on the map anywhere, right? So a lot of kids in grade school would ask me, hey, too, what is Hmong? And I went home and I asked my mom. I said, Mom, what is Hmong? And she went to school for, my mom and dad came here in their late 30s, early 40s. They went to school for refugee adult language learners, kind of like some of the programs you guys have here. And they learn little things like the functional English you can use at a job. Like, for example, hello, how you do? I do fine, thank you. What do you do? I do my work, thank you. Where do you come from? I come from Laos, thank you. So I said, Mom, what is Hmong? She recognized the question. What is Hmong? She paused, thought about it, she said, I is Hmong. I said, no, Mom, you cannot tell them that. You're going to laugh. You got to tell them Hmong is something. She said, okay, Hmong is I. Hmong is I. And I didn't realize why my mother could not articulate to me what Hmong was until I got to college, because we don't have a great history. We are a 4,000-year-old culture originated from China, but our history got lost in Chinese culture because the Chinese, the more dominant Chinese, had their own culture, languages, and traditions. And the Chinese people, while they lived in the low valleys, we Hmong people, we lived up high in the mountains. Now I tell everyone, we are the hillbillies of Asia. No, we don't say, oh. But Hmong people do say, same thing. And in the last 20 years, the Chinese emperor sent the soldiers into our villages. They said, if you Hmong people do not convert to become the Chinese like us, we're going to kill you. We want to retain our free people of our culture and our free identity in the mountain as the Hmong people. They said no. So our ancestors went to war with the more powerful Chinese. We lost, and that began the exodus from southern China to Southeast Asia, where my family is from. My mom and dad owned the country of Laos. Hmong people settled in the mountains of Laos, Thailand, Vietnam, and Burma. Now, for those of you who know Vietnam War history, the Hmong people, the CIA came into Laos secretly during the 1960s and said, Hmong people, you help us fight, we'll take care of you. What are we fighting? Don't worry, we'll give you all the guns you provide the soldiers. What happens if you lose? We'll take care of you, we promise. So a promise is made to the Hmong people. We agreed to fight as the United States Secret Army, and we fought what was later called the Secret Wars of Laos for 15 years. The reason why you don't read about this stuff in American history books, it was kept secret from government officials in this country. Because young Hmong soldiers, 13, 14 years old, the rule was if you were taller than a machine gun, you could shoot it without falling down. You were encouraged to go fight free. Many of my father went to war at the age of 14 along with many of his young friends. And to make a long story short, after 15 years of war, Americans returned home to America. Hmong families said, wait a minute, where did we go? In May of 1975, a secret document circulated the new communist government. You know what its title was? Kill all the Hmong people who sided with the Americans. You Hmong better get your family together, pass some food, grab a knife or a gun to protect your family along the way. Talk about make it or run for the border. Yeah, this time I mean for Taco Bell, right? This time you're running for your lives. So the night we made our escape, It was 1 o'clock in the morning. We knew we had to get out of the country. Huge river separating Laos from Thailand, the Mekong River. We knew we had to make it across, but we couldn't go during the day. So my father had secretly arranged for these fishermen to come with their boats to sneak us across. They met us at 1 o'clock in the morning. They put our entire family onto the boat. They took us across, all right. It was about a 45-minute ride in total darkness. When my family made it to safety, these fishermen said to our family, "You stay here, we'll go back and get your neighbors." They came back. They picked up 23 people in our neighbor's family, many of them little children. Halfway to the other side, the same fishermen who helped our family, they just pointed their guns at our neighbors and they robbed them of everything they had. After that, they threw everyone into the water. And of those 23 people, 18 died, only 5 were able to swim to safety. So when I don't do my homework, when I was a kid, my father tells me this story all the time. "Son, don't you know I went through war? I had to sacrifice everything. I hated the jungle for months. I had to eat the fruits and berries off the trees to stay alive. Why? So I can bring a little butt to America and I'll go to Rome to study." I tell us that story when I do children's school. Excuse me. Gotta get a little air in here. It's getting hot in here. Got like my shirt. I forgot to tell you guys, I have 6 brothers and I have 4 sisters. So let's hear, ladies. Every time I say that, all the ladies, "Ooh, poor mother." My buddies in college, "Hey, dude, your dad had it going on." So I feel the need to tell Westerners why we have big families. Think about it. You come from an agrarian society, you have to farm for a living, you need lots of children to work, otherwise you starve. In the Laos, we didn't have nurses, doctors, and hospitals down the street. So many children died before they saw their 5th birthday due to malnutrition or diseases. So it's very common. You have 4 kids, you won't starve, you need big families to survive. That's why we have big families now. And besides, my father did have it going on too, right? I'll go down the list of my siblings for you, from the oldest sister to my youngest brother. Our names are Maisi, Moore, Shore, A, me, Young, Malai, Thuta, Miley, Carter, and Jeffrey. Brother named Carter. He was born in refugee camps. We were coming to America. My dad said, "Who is the great leader of America?" President Jimmy Carter. He was named after a living president, and I keep thinking, wait a minute, had George Bush been president at the time? Yes, I'd have a little Hmong brother named Bush running around, huh? That'd be kind of awkward, right? What's your name? Bush Xiong, right? Oh. Now, my oldest sister, me, she came to America 4 years before the rest of us did. She had to take care of lots of paperwork to sponsor our family, and I will never forget the first day when the rest of us arrived in America. When we came out of that huge metal bird at the airport, everything was so exciting and new. We are just like that new refugee family some of you may have seen on the Discovery Channel, right? There were red lights, green lights, yellow lights, fast cars, tall buildings. Everything was so exciting and new. But, hey, Mom and Dad, how come in America there's so many blonde hair and blue-eyed monsters everywhere? She just said, "Don't go too close." We were so scared they put us in these cars. They were going to take our family to this place where we're going to stay for a while. Now, folks, where we come from, it is hot, it is sticky. If you behave yourselves, Mom or Dad will take you to a market, buy a generic ice cream. If they can't afford it, they'll give kids a cup of ice. You can take it outside and brag. "I have eyes, you have eyes." We love to chew on ice, but guess what? When we came to America, we came straight to Minnesota in the winter. And when that car door opened up, my brothers and I went outside to the big pile of white stuff, and you guys call it go. Hey, not bad. We didn't know any better. It smelled like it's candy. Little dirt there. My sister says, "No, you cannot eat this. Come inside." She says, "Come inside." She took us inside the house. She was going to teach us some new things about American culture. "Come here. You see this? American house. Everyone come over here. This, in America, we call this thing sofa. Everyone try that now. Sofa. No, not like that. Like this. Sofa. Sofa. There you go. You can sit down on the sofa. I never sat on anything so soft before. She said, "Come over here. You see this quiet thing? In America, we call it TV." Everyone say TV. Very good. turn it on like this, turn it off. Now come here. When you are hungry, she explained, you don't have to hunt for your food and cook it around the fire every day. You can open this door and grab some food. This thing where we keep food, we call it, my favorite word at the time, we call it refrigerator. Everyone stay there without spitting at the people around you, please. Refrigerator. There you go. You open like this, grab some food. When you're done, you have to close it quick. My turn. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Oh, folks, I remember we were having so much fun playing with all these neat new gadgets that we had never seen before. My brother and I, we almost forgot to. We had to go pee, right? I had to go pee. My brother had to go pee. What do? We did what we always did in the country where we came from. We just went outside, right? Ever since we were little, Mom and Dad would say, boy, if you have to pee, go outside and pee by the tree. Girls go into the woods. So we made a connection ever since we were this big. Pee by the tree, and the tree is where you pee. So my brother and I went outside. We saw that first tree by our neighbor's yard. I said, go on, pee by that tree. My sister saw what we were just about to do from the inside window. She said, no, you cannot pee outside anymore. It's America. And that was her explanation for everything. It's America. She says to us in the Hmong language, which literally means, come with me. I take you to that special peeing place. We followed her upstairs. She opens up the door. She says, hold on, Georgie. This is the special peeing room. We looked into that peeing room. Where's the tree? She said, no, silly, you don't need you to pee in here. And folks, she pointed to the thing. Now, in our country, we play outside barefoot all the time. Mom and Dad always says, wash your dirty feet before you go to bed. First time I saw the thing, you guys call it the toilet, I was thinking, wow, but American people have a special machine made just for washing feet. You don't even use your hands to stick your feet in the toilet, you stir it around like that. She said, no, that's where you pee. Are you sure? Yes. So my brother and I peed. We were very short, so we had to tiptoe pee at the time. After we were done with our business, we ran downstairs and she yells at us, you cannot just pee and go, but you have to flush the toilet. Think about that concept for a second. You come from a country where you don't have toilets, you're not going to have a word for flushing the toilet. So when she said flush the toilet in the Hmong language, it translated to mean something like, you boys must drain all of the pee away. Somehow. You want us to grab something and scoop out the pee and take it outside? We should just pee by the tree. What's the point? We had no concept of problem. She says, come here. It's very easy. Why? Because it's America. Now count to three and in Hmong it's E or P. Everyone count please. Wait. She had an idea. Come a little closer so we see better now. You watch. She grabs a few sheets of toilet paper. Count to three and watch what happens. E or P. She puts her finger on a little lever. We heard the noise. She starts to get louder. She yells, step back, and the toilet will suck you in! And I remember my brother and I heard this loud noise. We looked in that toilet, and she was right. Everything disappeared. She said, Oshoma, you be careful next time you pee. You stand too close, you flush the toilet. You go, bye-bye. I was 6, my brother was 8, and we believed her. For 2 weeks, they joked around on us. We used the bathroom after that. Next time you go to the bathroom, you be careful too, what I say. Oh, we had a lot of fun growing up here. Why do I share those stories with you? Folks, when we first came in, it was exciting, but it was scary. I do a refugee because we were seeing, I remember all these vivid memories of the first day of America. I also share these stories to remind us as Americans how blessed we are to live in the richest country on earth. Yet we talk a lot of the things we don't have. We know snow's not for idiots to make a snowball or a snowman. Sit down, put your feet on that lazy boy chair. If we are hungry, we don't have to hunt for food and cook it around the fire. Grab something from the fridge. If it's too cold, pop it in the microwave. After 5 minutes, we as Americans can have a nice, warm, lean cuisine meal. Yet we talk a lot of the things we don't have. I also talk about the blondie and blue eyes. Because when we first came here, a lot of kids in grade school called me the black-nosed China boy. But through my eyes as a little Hmong kid, that Western Caucasian nose, it was huge. Hmong kids had a nickname we call Caucasian folks. We call some of you guys Ganjunde, the long-nosed people. Because to us, the most scariest feature on a Caucasian person's face was the nose. in addition to the long nose, your average American, when we first came here, 6 foot, long hair, blue eyes, and when you talk to them, expressive here, look at us, because we don't go very long. We're looking at you, it's scary because your nostrils are higher than our faces. I'd like to share with you my first day in school. How many of you guys watch your kids get on a bus in the morning sometimes, right? That's a ritual we often take for granted. In no such thing as a big yellow bus. We wake up and we bust out our A-gun. Can you guys say that? A-gun, which is our backpack, lunches and tools in your basket. You start hiking way to the fields with mom and dad. And we start working. Right about noon, that's when little kids and parents will take out their 5,000. You guys say 5,000? It's a super cool Hmong engineered lunchbox made out of bamboo. Put your rice and your chicken in here, keeps it fresh all day. These days, kids will put like their cell phones and the iPods in here and their lip gloss, talking about, my lip gloss is popping, my lip gloss is too, right? But our routine, that's our routine day after day. So I'd like to share with you my first day of school because in America, everybody gets to go to school. I got dressed up, waited outside my mom, kind of excited, little bit scared. I remember waiting. My mother waited. This long, huge yellow bus pulled up to the curb. Shh, good morning, come on in. My mother says, Nito ka mo na? Son, time to go to school. Mama, you coming with me too? She said, no, son, I cannot go, you little, you have to go. Mom, if you don't go, I don't want to go. I was scared. My mother told me a secret to make me win. Son, I tell you a secret. We live in America. If you do exactly what American kids do, you'll be okay. Just do what they do. Everyone say that, please. Do what they do. Remember that secret, son. Do what they do, Mom. You're promise, okay. And it worked up the courage to get on this bus all by myself. I forgot to tell you, when we first came here, there weren't interpreters in the school system. So there weren't ESL programs. So a lot of Hmong kids, because of language barriers, some kids got on a wrong bus that ended up at another school. So my sister was smart. She gave me a big name tag. She wrote my name, my address at the bottom. She added a special note. If this boy gets lost, please call this phone number. And some of the other kids were looking at me like they never saw a Hmong kid before, right? And when I found a seat, bus took us to school. Bus driver opened up that door. All of the American kids did this. They grabbed their backpacks and their little Flintstone lunch boxes. They started skipping to class like this. Boy, American kids love to skip. Oh, hi, Bobby. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mrs. Johnson. Hmong kids never quite skipped like that before, right? First time I saw some of you guys skip, I was thinking, hey, you guys walk kind of funny in this country. My mother says, if you don't want to get in trouble, you I have to class like a weirdo, right? I followed these kids and everyone followed us, so did I. We heard about without a single word of instructions. Every student knew what to do. They stood up in unison, hands to the chest. I pledge allegiance to the flag. My mother says, you do what you do. Now, are there any, I know there's some instructors here at the center too. Teachers, educators, instructors here? Raise your hand. You are? Okay. Thanks for the work that you do. I have 3 sisters who are teachers and also a brother who work in public schools. Had it not been for my cool teachers, I don't think I'd have all these opportunities. I think because my cool teachers that travel around the country, you've heard Maureen say, I have been to 45 states. I was recently featured in a book, motivational book series titled Mission Possible, with 11 other motivational speakers. Some of these people have appeared at Oprah. Oprah hasn't called me yet, but she better. It's her last season, right? And the cool thing about my job, I get to do some collaboration with some celebrities surrounding refugee issues and their stories around the world. This is a collaboration with Miss Angelina Jolie at a United Nations High Commission United Refugees event. You can tell I like my job. I'm still waiting for her to leave back and hook up with me, because I think I look more like her baby than he does. So I'm sure you guys appreciate your teachers. Please let's give teachers a round of applause. Thank you for the work that you do. I think teachers are awesome. But folks, I have to tell you about the first teacher I had. She scared me. Why? Because there's something about American teachers. As soon as my first teacher saw me, this is what she did. Oh! Boys and girls, we have a new student in our class. You must be the new student here. What's your name? I did exactly what you did. I figured out she was trying to ask my name from reading my name tag. Is your name Txog? I was thinking, one time I just thought little baby. She says class, and everyone say Txog. From that day on, my new Americanized name became Txog. And I remember grade school was a lot of fun because we didn't sit down all day inside and do our homework. We had activities like recess, got to go kickball, got to swing on the monkey bars, and when we were little, we came back inside, we had nap time. And there were activities like music class, my favorite class. It was, we got to do the music class every single day. Feet on the floor, hands on your knees, smile on your face, if you please. Goodwill Easter Seal staff, could you please help me take me back to 7th grade again? Wouldn't it be cool if all staff and department meetings could start off that way? We would all get along. We wouldn't even need an HR department, right? So please take me back to 2nd grade. Let's do that together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, feet on. Let's start over. Everyone, please. You folks over there too. 1, 2, 3, feet on the floor, hands on your knees, smile on your face, if you please. Now look at each other like this. See, I feel the good karma already. It's always good to see a group of men at one table do that, right? Cool, you good. I had a lot of fun, folks. I got to be honest with you, though. After a while, as a little Hmong kid, I didn't like going to school anymore because I started to learn some things. My mom and dad, they didn't help the situation because they got up at 5 o'clock every single morning. They were so excited, as my father would say, to see us children get dressed in American clothes. We're going to go to an American school and become something he and mom only dreamed of. So when he woke up, he woke everyone up. And as a kid, you don't understand. He's like, Dad, why are you getting up so early? You know what his answer was? Son, it's great to be alive. Don't you know your mother and I saw so many people died along the way? Came halfway around the world so you could see the inside of the classroom. Now get up. But Dad, the bus doesn't get here until 8:30. So what? Get up at 5. He woke everyone up, and my dad had strict rules around the house. Every single morning, he made sure he give that speech. Before you leave the house, make sure my children are prepared for success in America. Brush your teeth and wash that stuff out of your eyes. And comb your hair and put all the good clothes on. And before the children leave the house, you better check in the mirror. Did you check in the mirror? Did you check in the mirror? You check in the mirror. We had 10 kids in our house. We had 1 bathroom, 1 mirror. And he woke us up in sections. The older ones, the middle ones, and you little ones have to wait. So there I was at the end line. Okay, yeah, checking in the mirror, checking in the mirror. I don't know about you, but after a while, I didn't like that checking in the mirror part because I started asking questions. First, and I also didn't like what I saw in the mirror because every morning it reminded me, hey, my skin color is different from most of the kids in my school. The shape of my nose and my eyes is different. We go to school, we speak English, we come home, we speak Hmong. And when we turned that TV on, we didn't see any Hmong families like ours. We saw American families like the Brady Bunch. So I started to ask them questions. Maybe I'm not as cool as some of the other kids at school. And we came at a time when no one knew about the Hmong community or what we were doing here. There's something real, there's something in our human nature we call fear of the unknown. It comes across in how we treat each other sometimes. We may or may not be aware of it. But I promise you on a daily basis, there were some of those bullies who helped us to believe that we were inferior by the comments that they made. Some of them will come up, hey, you flat-nosed China boy, go back to your country. You don't belong here. They do this with their eyes and make fun of us. Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees. And I keep thinking, boy, if I knew magic back then like Harry Potter, I'd tickle my little chopstick wand and I'd cast a spell right then and there. You may think you're clever, but may your eyes be stuck like that forever. That'll teach you, huh? And outside in the playground where the teacher could keep an eye on all of us, that's where some of the Hmong kids got beat up too. They they'd come up and push us and trip us. One day I got beat up again. The teacher said something like, "Young man, if you cannot stop crying, we're going to have to send you home." So I cried louder, right? They sent me home. I had built up a lot of anger as a kid. I went home and I took it on my mom. I said, "Nia, maybe just to check it out, waste the time on the game. Hey, Mom, at school we don't do anything to some of these American kids. But why did they beat us up and they call us names? They say we should go back to our country." That day, my mother said something to me that confused me even more. I didn't understand why she said it until I was older. But keep in mind, Mom and Dad, they don't wake up, watch the news, and drink coffee and drive to work like Western American parents do because of language and cultural difference. In Laos, I learned my mom and dad spoke 3 different languages each. Dad worked his way up as a poor farm boy to become captain in the military with the CIA. He was made a leader of 5 different villages. In America, home you don't speak English and clean people's toilets and took out the trash proudly for $3.25 an hour. And where we lived at the time, they called the projects or the ghetto, we call home. So when I told Mom I was getting beat up, this is what my mother said. "Son, it's your fault those American kids are picking on you. Why? Because you're walking by them." She said, "Let me explain. When you walk by them, they are close enough to trip you and push you and hit you. If you stay far away, they can't touch you, can they?" She said, "It's your fault. They call your names, son, because you're looking at them. When you look at them, they look at you. They call your names. They know you're listening. That's why they call your names. Don't look at them, but walk by them. You'll be okay." She said, "You should be thankful, son. You have a second chance to live life in America where there's no war. Have a big heart. Go ahead and study hard in school." What? So when that comes to your mind, you take it to heart. But I think later on in my adult life, it's the best way my mother knew how to say it. I think in essence her message was, "Son, you're not responsible for other people's ignorance and your actions for your own." I think it was her way of preparing you. There's always going to be someone or some group who will try to take away your pride, your dignity, and self-respect. But don't ever let that happen. And don't lose sight of all the opportunities that we have here in our new lives in America. But when we were in junior high, you don't make the connection, so we walked out and go, "Ooh, step out of the way, let them pass." If you're looking at us, don't look at the ground. So for a long time, I hated going to school because I did not feel like I was an American. My brother and I, before we went to school, sometimes when the other kids weren't looking, we would pinch each other's nose and pull it out too. Some kids can't call us flat nose. But there was a reality check. My dad says, "No matter, son, you cannot change the color of your skin, shape your nose, your eyes. That's how you're created made." So we go to school, Dad. We're not American. Right about junior high, if any of you work with teenagers, there's also the power of role models. A lot of my friends didn't graduate from junior high or high school because we came home, or sometimes the Hmong parents would say, "You Hmong children, you're becoming too American. You're not Hmong anymore. You don't know your culture. You don't know your language. You don't respect the elders. You are ashamed to the Hmong people." Mom, we go to school, we try to fit in. We're not American. We come home, we're not Hmong. Where do we go? I made a connection in junior high. If I walk home by myself after school, I get beat up. If I walk home with 7 or 8 of my Hmong buddies, we don't get beat up, do we? We started out with nothing more than a bunch of nerdy ESL students too. English is a second language students. We pulled these green checker pants that we got from the Salvation Army or from Goodwill programs, right? And we walk kind of nerdy like this too. But to some of those who don't understand this, hey, see those guys? We walk alike, we talk alike, we walk alike. We talk alike, we walk alike, we look alike. So to some of those who don't understand this, they're in the game. That's an Asian game. What? Some of my buddies, we didn't know what the word game meant, but we saw on TV, gay people baggy clothes, and they got fighting. And gay people on TV sure they stand around nerdy like us. Gay people on TV, they sit around like this. And there is a saying that says, "Be careful where you pretend to be. In the end, you are where you pretend to be." Because I think back, the reason why I do what I do for a living today, I have a lot of friends again who did not graduate from high school. They did join gangs. They did drop out. Now, in case you're wondering, hey, too, what was the difference between you and your peers? I'd like to share with you. And this is true for even in the workplace, too. I was that kid who broke out of my comfort zone. I sat with the black students and the white students and the Hispanic students. And they taught me different things. When we are uncomfortable, if something kicks into our brain and says, hey, it's time to learn new things. And my first Caucasian friend, I played video games at his house. He had Sega Genesis for the Nintendo Wii, but at the time, he had Atari. You know what I'm talking about, right? He says, dude, you always complain. I said, where do you live? Can I come over? Can I come over? Can I come over? We lived in the projects. 11 shares a small apartment. I was afraid of my friend, blonde hair, blue eyes, long skinny nose, his name Dale. I said, I was afraid if Dale came over, he might not want to be my friend. But if he doesn't come over, I might not get to play Miss Pac-Man anymore, right? So I finally said to my Caucasian friend, okay, Dale, you can come see where I live. I walk inside the house. My mother saw my blonde hair friend for the first time. She says, Minay, what's up with the feel up? My friend Dale says, dude, what'd she say? She said, come on in, sit down. I'm supposed to give you something to drink because you are our guest. And my friend Dale says, cool, like you know what she was saying this all, huh? Of course they know what she's saying. That's my mom. Hey, wait a minute. When I go to school, teacher says, open your books at page 5, read 10 pages. Done, teacher. I go home, my daddy says, go to coach, I know what he's saying. In school, Jim Grant, I ran faster than all of the American kids. Ask me, who was the first president of the United States? George Washington. Who's the big farmer with the big fat blue eyes? I know, Mr. Paul Bunyan. I also know something else. When I go home, I just live in another culture world. In that I have to think in Hmong, I have to speak Hmong. At night I dream in Hmong. I have to eat. I don't have to eat Hmong.